So, yeah. Turns out this dude downloaded my video with a shitty YouTube to MP4 converter to use as background Path of Titans footage. So, now, whether I like it or not, this guy has associated my channel and my brand with his commentary.
No one cares if I took a video you uploaded years or even months ago, and honestly, no one would have even known it was your footage until you called it out and proved it. So your attempt to frame me as a thief falls flat. Again, I don't care at all, and you can kindly kiss my ass, pal.
His thumbnails are homophobic, and one of them is even AI generated. Generative AI and the data centers being built to—
Shut up. No one cares. AI is literally the future. My thumbnails are homophobic? Boo, fucking who. I don't care what you think I am. And the fact that you think I'm homophobic is even more amusing. But let's circle back to AI. Have you spoken up for farmers' jobs? Where is your support for anti-industrialization and farm work? Since the fucking 60s, farmers have lost hundreds of thousands of jobs all the way up until today in 2026. Buddy, you really think I give a fuck about artists and data centers when no one gave a single fuck about the farmer or the hardworking man, when everything was made cheaper and better for everyone? But not everyone, right? Because what did those farmers do when they lost their jobs to industrialization? Were there protests? Sure. Was there resistance? Yes. But it wasn't nearly at the level we see with the anti-AI crowd. Why? Because you're all a bunch of liberal leftist scalies and furries who don't actually care and just want to look virtuous in the eyes of your followers. Let's also get back to morals. Yeah, let's focus on you. Your channel is monetized and has ads. You make money from this. My content is free and demonetized. So wouldn't that technically make me a better person than you, but then lose a point because I support AI, which would make me neutral?
So, this guy actively calls the viewers who play the Isle to do everything in their power to sabotage the gameplay experience for other people. If you were paying close attention, you'd even notice an unnatural cut in the audio where the subtitles say, "Be the worst of the worst because the Isle's anti-cheat is a failure." So he's also promoting the use of cheats to make the gameplay experience as miserable as possible.
Absolutely I do. I hate the Isle with a fucking passion. Months and hours of my life wasted on a shitty game that just kept getting worse with no updates at all, to the point where the people I played with actually said, "Beast, fuck this, bro. I don't want to play this dog shit anymore." So, yes, I'll say it again, and this time more clear. Fuck the Isle. The Isle is a dog shit game. I hope the fucking game goes bankrupt and gets cancelled. And the last bit of fucking memory of that shit-stained game, be it on YouTube through old videos, I have never actually hated a game until the Isle. I was even one of the biggest fucking supporters of the Isle when it first came out for the Envirma branch. Purchased it for multiple friends. I'll even admit, I used to make fun of Path of Titans because it was on mobile, and said the Isle was the better game. But until I played Path of Titans, my entire view got 180'd.
Homophobia is not a political issue, it's a social issue. Secondly, they are cosmetics. If you're getting all hot and bothered because of some brightly colored skins from a modded skin pack in your dinosaur game, then guess what? That's a you problem. And a big one, too.
Homophobia is both a social and political issue. If it wasn't, then the President of the United States wouldn't be banning trans people from bathrooms that differ from their biological gender.
2. If you think there's something wrong with wanting to support treating other human beings with dignity and respect regardless of personal identity or romantic preference, then you, sir, are an asshole.
Let me break something down for you. I do not hate gay people. I do not hate trans people. What I hate are the mentally unstable leftists who brand themselves as LGBTQ online and in real life. They are the ones who have caused the most hate towards gays, trans people, and others. The LGBTQ leaders in 2022 attempted to adopt the MAPI movement, which you know, and so does everyone else know, stands for minor attracted person. And who has to suffer? The innocent trans and gay people who want nothing to do with, and have nothing to do with the cult of LGBTQ, are the ones who suffer. Furthermore, if you really want to know, even when I wrote my book called Chaos Theory, I state within it that women, men, and trans people, who are referred to as those who walk between life of man and woman, are to live with strength, discipline, and respect. I'll go ahead and play that part now.
And thus, to be free and holy in the modern age, a woman shall be both seen and heard, yet feared above all. For the woman is as dangerous as the man in wit and stealth, a shadow that moves with silent purpose. She shall train her body until it matches the strength of men, forging flesh and spirit into a weapon none may underestimate. Bear no more than 3 children, no more, no less, or none at all. For the womb is a sacred forge, and to scatter seed without purpose is to weaken the line. Marriage shall not bind her, for chains of flesh and law are snares to freedom. A woman must guard her body's gates as a fortress, allowing entry to none but those worthy in mind and spirit, whether man, woman, or those who walk between. She shall be discerning, cruel to weakness, and ruthless in choice. To be careless with the body is to surrender power. Let no man, woman, or those who walk between breach her defenses unworthy of her fire. The woman who rules herself commands kingdoms unseen. She is a blade in the dark, feared, respected, and never to be controlled. And thus, to live free and holy in the modern, those who walk between life of man and woman, thou shalt honor thyself first, neither bound by the chains of man nor woman. Bear no more than 3 children, no more, no less, or none at all. Serve thyself and the world with fierce self-preservation. For to perish in weakness is to fail all. Keep thy mind and body sharp. Limit the poison of drink and drugs, and guard thy strength as a warrior of the in-between. Thou shalt not compel others to call thee by names or titles that contradict the effort of thy form and spirit. For respect is earned through labor, and truth not demanded by whim. Present thyself fully and with honor, lest the words fall hollow upon deaf ears. The path of the in-between is one of discipline, balance, and strength, walking with purpose between 2 worlds. Guard thy body as fiercely as either man or woman, for the gatekeepers of flesh must be vigilant. Choose thy companions wisely, man, woman, or in between. But be ruthless in discernment. Let no weakness or deceit breach thy fortress. Walk proud, walk strong, and honor thy unique place, for in the balance lies true power and freedom.
Furthermore, when is having a rainbow flag in a goddamn game stop the Islamic terrorist from throwing the gay man off the top of a 12-story building? Never. You portray having gay representation in games as if it saves gay and trans people, but it doesn't. It just creates worse versions of myself who actually despise and wish harm against trans and gay people. As the great Asmongold once said,
but whenever they're an adult, they get to make adult choices, and at the end of the day, it would be more important for me to preserve the relationship that I had with my child than for me to uphold a viewpoint that is, to me, really inconsequential. I don't care what gender somebody thinks they are or not, because that's not what defines a human being. No, of course I wouldn't throw that away over some fucking bullshit pronoun thing. Absolutely not. You're a hypocrite? No, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm the only person that's not a hypocrite. Do you call your son a she? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I would do it. I wouldn't want to, I would go through I would say, are you sure that you feel this way? And I would try to help them get through their gender dysphoria as much as possible. I would, but at the end of the road, if nothing else worked, I would.
Without screenshots, this is pure exaggerative hearsay. I'm not going to make the claim that stuff like this doesn't happen, but whining about it online instead of making report tickets about those individuals and letting Alderán's moderation team handle the TOS violations? I'm noticing a pattern with this guy.
oh yes, because I want to take time out of my day when I could be doing literally anything else other than playing Path of Titans for 5 minutes and every 6 minutes on the dot, take screenshots and record videos to report to Alderán. Give me a fucking break, guy. No one does this besides people who have nothing better to do, or when it's something serious like a death threat. You don't need to show proof of this shit when you can literally join just about any community server, and at some point you will see 2 dinosaurs doing sex poses and or sitting in cuddle piles.
Excessive swearing does not mean you're outspoken, it means you don't have a filter or any modicum of self-control. You, Beastmaster, are one of the most immature, vitriolic, and hypocritical individuals I've ever had the displeasure of being exposed to in this community. You intentionally misrepresent events to make yourself look better, and make up wild exaggerations about player behavior in order to paint them in a bad light. If there was any valid criticism to be found in your videos, it's been buried by the complete trash fire that is your attitude. You're hostile, demeaning, and unbelievably rude. The fact you thought it was at all okay to rally people towards sabotaging another game by flooding it with cheaters is beyond despicable. People like you are a stain on this game. Go be a dickhead somewhere else.
You're stacking insults like they're evidence, but there's not much underneath any of it. First off, no, swearing doesn't mean I have no control, or whatever clean little label you want to slap on it. That's just you trying to moralize tone because you don't like what I'm saying. It's weak criticism. Calling me immature, vitriolic, hypocritical, fine, say it all you want. But repeating it doesn't make it true. It just makes it sound like you're venting. You don't like my take, so you jump straight to character assassination instead of actually dealing with the points. And the intentional misrepresentation thing? That's just you assuming bad faith because you don't agree with my interpretation of events. Disagreeing with you isn't the same as lying about what happened. You don't get to redefine everything I say as exaggeration just because it doesn't line up with your view of it. Same goes for the cheating sabotage claim. You're blowing it up into the worst possible interpretation and then acting like that's exactly what was said. That's not analysis. That's you inflating it into something easier to attack. And honestly, the whole stain on the game rant just sounds emotional. Not convincing, just pissed off. At the end of the day, you can throw insults all day if you want, but it doesn't really change anything I've said or done. It just shows how personally you're taking it. And I don't care who you are in this situation. Developer, community guy, random player, it doesn't matter. Your position doesn't add weight to what you're saying, and it doesn't change my stance either.